Hey everybody, we are live at Paste Studios on the road here at beautiful Instrumenthead Live in East Nashville, and we're live today with Birds of Chicago. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us. It's really an honor.
Yeah, man, this is as much fun as I've had in months, so I'm really, really happy that you guys are a part of it. Thank you for doing it.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah, we're in the same boat. It feels strange and beautiful to be in a room with people, safely distanced, I might add, for folks watching at home.
That's right. That's right. Appropriately distanced.
Yes.
It looks beautiful. I know from soundcheck that you guys sound absolutely wonderful, and we're about to share your music with the internet. What's coming up first today?
This is a brand new one. You probably want to talk about it. JT just wrote this song.
I'd like to say a few words about this next song.
He wrote this song just shortly before the lockdown began, and it's called Red Skies.
That's right, baby. All right. Let's see. Still water, red skies. Ask me no questions that I tell you no lies. Every now and then I tell a lie to myself. Do it for my kid, I do it for my health. If I didn't do it, I'd have to see it. If I really saw it, I'd have to live it. If I really saw it, I couldn't love it. That gets back to which one's worse, I don't know. Turn to the fishes in the sizzling seas, to the leaves and the trees in the burning valley. You'll never steady right till your rock steady. Breathe, it'll come red, breathe. Hypocrites, debutantes, pack mules, elephants. Can't tell you apart when the midnight's on you, but I smell your fear, I hear your heart's pounding. I built a house of illusion and a field of dreams. Then I found out things are just as they seem. I built a house of illusion and a field of dreams. Then I found out things are just as they seem. I mean, a drowned rose is a drowned rose. Cold stone is a cold stone. That blood on a wire is word is bond. Yes, my child, you are here all alone. Just to the fishes in the sizzling seas, to the leaves on the trees in the burning valley. You'll never steady right till your back steady. Breathe, it'll come red, brother had a dream that the golden toad told him to take the fourth low road, but he couldn't see the sign in the morning mist, so he walked into a field of nothingness. And now he can't tell his nights from his days, and you can't do nothing about that, okay? Can't tell his nights from his live long days, and you can't do nothing about that, okay, okay. He's on down the road. He's on down, he's on down, he's on down the road. He's on down, he's on down, he's on down the road. He's on down, he's on down, he's on down.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
That
you.
is a great song. Thank you for sharing it with us. This wonderful clarinet work, excellent slide work. Thank you, Steve. That was a lot of fun. So we know a little bit about how you've spent some of your time over quarantine since everything has gone sideways. We know that you wrote that song, and you guys are road warriors. Like that's got to be. I mean, obviously huge adjustment
Yeah.
for everybody, but probably an even bigger adjustment for a band that's accustomed to playing 200 shows every year. Can you talk about some of the adjustments that you've made and some of how you've been using your time these past couple of months?
Yeah, well, it has been a massive adjustment. I mean, this is the longest we've ever been off the road in our 7 years as a band. So it was a shock, and as it was for everybody. And we have, JT and I are married, and we have a little girl, Ida, who's 6. So a lot of it had, the first little while was just kind of trying to make things as good for her as we could. We started a garden. We've never gardened before. Homeschooling and learning how to be teachers. I just have to say, hats off to all the teachers, because I've always had deep respect. We've always had deep respect, and JT comes from a family of teachers, but to be experiencing how tough it is just with our own one child, I'm in awe. I'm in awe of all the teachers, and we're really lucky now. She's started on a virtual program at a lovely community school here in town called Explore Community School. And that's been amazing. We have a little educational pod that we formed with 2 of our closest friend families, and so having a little tiny bit of normalcy in the midst of it, for her has been amazing. We've been writing a ton.
Yeah.
We've been doing, basically we've pivoted to just
You
where
glossed over your garden. Your garden has been...
the garden is pretty epic,
Spectacular.
actually.
Takeaway
We've
here.
grown kale, radishes, carrots, green beans. Our kid eats greens now because she's grown them herself. I used to have to hide them in smoothies, and now she will actually eat greens because she grew them
Nice.
herself. She'll
Yeah,
go out
she
and
knows what it
harvest. We're still harvesting kale. I mean, we just had our first snow today, as you
I feel like
probably
I want
noticed,
to,
but we're still harvesting kale.
I feel like the other day I asked, I was like, is it creepy? I feel like I want to go invite the staff of Lowe's over to the house for a distance gathering, just so they can see what I feel so close to the staff, like 4 or 5 people that work the garden area at Lowe's.
Well, they've got this wonderful outdoor garden area that
I'm
you
over
can.
the backyard.
You don't even have to go inside, and they do curbside everything. You can walk outside into this lovely
they're part of it.
grotto. We've done perennials that are native to the area and that are good for the bees. Because Ida she's been learning about art as
I apologize. I
activism.
shouldn't have opened up this.
Well,
Oh,
it's
no,
a whole
open
door.
away. I wanna hear more about your garden.
We're going in now. just so
Ida
you know.
has started working on art as activism in her art class at her little community school, and she did a whole booklet called Save the Bees. And it makes me want to cry. It's so wonderful. Or she was talking about, bees are endangered because we're polluting the earth, and when we cut down trees, it can harm bees' nests, and that we have to plant gardens and beekeep and save the bees. So we're doing our part by planting pollinator-friendly stuff and not using pesticides and things like that. So.
Well, this all sounds wonderful, man. It sounds like you guys are having a great time. So silver linings in this
The
pandemic.
silver
Take them
linings.
where they
There's
exist, and it
silver
seems
We
like
mine
you
them
found
for all
them.
they're worth. I mean, it is true that, it sort of took this for us, ironically, because we haven't been able to go out and actually see people, but we feel more like Nashville is our home than ever before. We moved here 3 years ago, but I would guess in the first 2.5 years, we were probably
Barely
home
here.
for a total of 4.5 weeks. It was like we were just gone all the time. So we hadn't turned our house into a home that felt like ours, and we hadn't had that experience of really putting our roots in for our kids' entire life and for basically our entire time together. So
She was a road baby with us for years.
So yeah, that has been a deep silver lining.
Good, man. Well, I'm really glad that you guys have had that experience. Thank you for sharing that experience with us. And this session brought to you by Lowe's Home Improvement. Thank you very much. I
we
would like to
sound like
see.
we're being sponsored.
I want to see pictures of the garden. Please do send some
I will.
over. 'cause
I'm
it's-
open to that
Well-
conversation if it's a possibility.
Well, this is. You guys sound absolutely great. I know that there is more music coming up next. What are you guys
Yes.
going to do second today?
So this tune, we were just speaking earlier about some of my dear friends, Layla McCalla and Rhiannon Giddens and Amethyst Kia. we're part of a group together called Our Native Daughters. And we did a wild tour last summer before all of this with all of us and all our kids and 2 nannies and crew and a film crew from the Smithsonian at Newport. That's right. Yeah. And we got to sing with Mavis Staples, and it was, we'll never. And Hosier, he was there too, and our friend Phil Cook. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. And this is a tune that I wrote for a record that we made together. Layla and Amethyst and Rhiannon and I made a record together called Songs of Our Native Daughters. And I wrote this song, Kashiba, during that project, and we recorded it. And really, it's for the ancestors whose shoulders we're all standing on. And I think it's, for me, been really healing and helpful in this time, just to remember that however tough things may feel, we all come from long lines of survivors, and they all went through times much harder than these. And so that's been really helping me keep putting one foot in front of the other and staying focused on the small picture right now. So this is Kashiba, who is the great matriarch of my paternal family. Many times great. Kashiba, Kashiba, you're free now, you're free now. How does your spirit fly? Blood of your blood, bone of your bone, by the grace of your strength, we have life. From the golden coast of Ghana to the bondage of Grenada, you kept the dream of hope alive. They burned your body, they cursed your blackness, but they could not take your light. Kashiba, Kashiba, you're free now, you're free now. How does your spirit fly? Blood of your blood, bone of your bone, by the grace of your strength, we have life. Raped and beaten, your baby's taken, sold and starved and sold again. But ain't you a woman of love deserving? And it's something you survived. Kashiba, Kashiba, you're free now, you're free now. How does your spirit fly? Blood of blood, bone of your bone, by the grace of your strength, we have life. You dreamt of home, you dreamt of freedom. You died a slave, you died alone. But you came from warriors who once built empires. Ashanti's kingdom carries out. Kashiba, Kashiba, you're free now, you're free now. How does your spirit fly? Blood
your strength. We have life. You were forgotten, almost forsaken, but your children founded generations. Your strength sustained them. They won the freedom. Trace their roots to evaluate. Kashiba, Kashiba, you're free now, you're free now. How does your spirit fly? Blood of your blood, bone of your bone, by the grace of your strength, we have life. Kashiba, Kashiba, you're free now, you're free now. How far your spirit's flow. Blood of your blood, bone of your bone, by the grace of your strength, we are home. By the grace of your strength, we are home. We are home. We are home. We are home.
That is a great song. Thank you so much for sharing it with us today. So you're talking about your other project with Layla and Rhiannon and Amethyst. Can we continue to talk about other projects? I just learned that that there is a solo project, which I'm not going to say anything about because I'm not sure what is public and what's not. But would you share whatever details you are able to?
There is a solo record coming. My very first solo record. As myself, Allison. Yes, the very first Allison Russell solo record. I mean, this has been such a strange time. And talking about silver linings, I had made this record right before the lockdown. We did it right here in Nashville, and I didn't know what to do with it. And we were touring, and then everything stopped, and so I kind of had time to look around and do some outreach and find a team to help me put it out in the world. And I've been so deeply fortunate to start to enter into a relationship with Fantasy Records, and they'll be putting out this debut solo record in 2021 sometime, to be announced soon. And so I'm really, really excited about that. That's coming next year.
Nice.
And I'm really looking forward to it.
Can you feel free to decline to answer? Can you talk anything about where you're at in the process of creating the album? I mean, are you writing it?
The album is done. Yeah, the album I actually finished and recorded just right before the lockdown, basically. So
you said that already one time.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, that's okay. Yeah. So it is, that part is, the music is finished, and the rest of it is coming together. So it will be released sometime in 2021.
Nice. Well, that is awesome. Congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
And there is quite a bit more music coming up today. What do you guys feel like playing third?
This is another really new one that JT wrote that I really love and is my request for today. And he can tell you a little bit about it if he wants to.
I'll tell you what it's called. It's called Saints in Motion. what I'm doing right now is going through the 3 to 4.5 chords that are in the song and just making sure I have a kind of handle on the order in which they appear in this new
Silent
song.
rehearsal.
It all feels like the first time.
I've been on the top of the hill just after the lightning strikes. I had to take the thunder's word, yeah, I know what that's like. And you heard the muffled music thump outside the gymnasium. Door swung open, something felt broken, you never went on in. Now you know it's getting ready for the turnaround. And the consecrated saints of motion, they're gonna kiss our $40 wedding ring. I met you, I was so scared, you were scared as me. But we were more than the sum of our hearts, it was some kind of alchemy. We flew out on the edge of the storm, we rode the wild sea. We were the question and the answer, we were forcing poetry. Now after all these years, I can't believe that this is how it ends. Like a cloud of hornets all around us, these little dissatisfactions. Words like waves against the cliffs, erosion you can't see. Enough to tear two souls apart, neither one knows it's happening.
Won't ask who you are, they don't ask who you are. Come on baby, don't give up now, you know it's getting ready for the turnaround.
And the consecrated saints of motion, they're gonna kiss our $40 wedding ring. We are one, we are two, we are three. Look at our girl, she's drawing something. Draw your mama, draw your pop. Put that sun in the corner top. Now put some grass there beneath our feet. And don't forget the lollipop tree. Put some grass there beneath our feet. Don't forget the lollipop tree. We are one, we are two, we are three. We are one, we are two, we are three. We are one, we are two, we are three. Don't forget now.
everybody. Steve Dawson, Vancouver, British Columbia via Nashville, Tennessee, and the Hen House Studio. Steve Dawson. And Makers and Shakers, Soul Shakers, and Music Makers.
Yes, all that stuff.
Soul Shakers and Music Makers podcast with Steve Dawson is one of my absolute favorite deep delves into artistry and the creative process and wild stories from the road with different people. And it's amazing.
One more time, the title of it?
It's called Soul Shakers and Music Makers.
Music Makers and
with
Soul
Steve
Shakers.
Dawson. No, Music Makers and Soul. I'm messing it up over and over again.
Take a deep dive. Let's take a deep dive into the title of this podcast.
Nice.
And he has like a mask. We can't even yell at me properly. I'm messing it up.
Well, this has been an absolute pleasure so far, and we're not even done. There's still a bunch coming up. Can we talk a little bit about? You're talking about the move from Chicago to Nashville, and I think this would have been while you were living here. You went back to record the previous Love and Wartime.
That's right.
You recorded that in Chicago with Luther.
It was
right before we moved.
Right before we moved here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We recorded a record called Love and Wartime that a wonderful label in Massachusetts called Signature Sounds put out, and it's their 25th anniversary. So happy
That's
birthday,
right.
Signature
Happy birthday,
Sounds.
Signature Sounds.
Hi, Flora.
And I know we love them so much. And they put it out in 2018. 2018, and it was we moved here right around then, basically, right when it came out. And Luther, we'd met Luther. Did we meet him here? No, the first time we met him was Delfest, I think. Do you remember that? Did we do a workshop stage at Delfest with Luther, like early on with Birds?
No. The quick answer is no.
Okay. Maybe we just went and saw him. I remember being in that big, the indoor venue at Delfest.
Yeah.
It's long and kind of like a dance hall.
I think that's Luther's beauty and trick, is he makes everybody in the audience feel like they're in a workshop with him. Because I think we were just out in the crowd.
Where we really bonded was because our kids went to the same school.
Yeah, that's right.
Here in Nashville for a minute. They both were at Linden Waldorf for a second. Remember that? Isla and our daughter Ida, who are Isla Bell and Ida Maeve, are like, we're all terrified what's going to happen when they're teenagers. They put it that way.
We're also in a
wild.
smoking hot band with Luther.
Yes, that came later.
I'm speeding us up in the
Just
story.
speed
I
it
think
up,
I may
speed
have.
I'm lost.
If I just jump through
Jump ahead to the interesting
7 fairly uneventful months, but we have a project that, because of our schedules, this band only gets together like once every 2.5 years. But man, when it does,
Our last gig was opening for Tedeschi Trucks at the Beacon Theater on October 1st last year.
Not so
But
bad.
the
So
band
that
is
was
called Capital Sunrays. It's Allie and me and my brother on keys, and then Amy Helm on drums and vocals, Graham
it.
Lesh on
and
bass and
bass.
vocals, and then Luther Dickinson on lead guitar.
Yeah.
And right
and
before,
vocals.
what?
And vocals.
Yes, of course. Right before everything went sideways, we were actually kind of making progress towards figuring out how we could carve out some time to do a record, and who knows when we'll get around to doing it. But we got the songs.
We have one
and-
gig on the books, right?
That's right.
Are we
Fayetteville.
supposed to talk about
Yeah,
it?
let's
yes,
talk about
because
it.
it was
It's
announced.
a pandemic.
We were supposed to play at the Fayetteville Roots Festival altogether, which of course is being postponed till next August, fingers crossed. So, yeah.
That band is about as much fun as you can possibly have on a stage.
It's so
for
much
us.
fun.
It's
And we
so-
wrote a whole bunch of songs together. We actually went up to Levon's Barn and Woodstock
nice.
and just kind of hung out for a couple days and wrote basically an album's worth of songs. And we'll see, when we can all be
One of
together
these
again and hopefully get to record those. And
Yeah. They are, those
some
artists,
shows.
every single one that you mentioned are well represented in the
this
collection that
room.
Michael has shot. Yeah, I mean, he's shot Luther. I know there's an instrument head of Amy as well. So thank you again, Michael, for hosting us here. This is a
Yes.
very,
Michael.
very conducive environment
It's
to chat about
beautiful.
music and play music and just hang out all afternoon because we can. Man, this
Yeah.
is awesome.
It's so beautiful.
We've been hungry for good vibes with good people, for sure. even if we weren't hungry for it, these would be really good vibes. But man, we're hungry for it.
I realize I feel like really giddy, and it feels quite surreal because we've been so locked down. So this just feels like transgressive or something. Almost. But
Rock and roll.
Yeah, and add that crazy snowfall to the surreal vibe of the entire day. I was not expecting this.
Our daughter, just the ecstatic joy on her face when she saw the snow this morning is, I mean, just the best thing. Best thing ever. She loves the winter so much. She was born in the dead of winter, the coldest winter in 200 years in Wisconsin, as she likes to tell everybody. And yeah, so she's just overjoyed by the snow today.
She's no fool that she got in the car and she muttered, she's like, I know it'll be gone by 11 a.m.
Did she say that?
Like,
Nice. Well, thank you
Rooted.
so much for joining us and doing this. And we're not done. There's still more music. What's coming up fourth today?
I think we were going to leave you with a song from
The record
Love
we
and
made with
Wartime.
Luther,
The record
yeah.
we made with Luther. And
That Luther co-produced with JT.
And this is kind of our, we've said it for a few years. It doesn't feel like a partisan statement to say that we're operating at a bit of a love deficit in this country. And this song is just a bit of a lover's roll call. We think of love as an act of bravery, the act of bravery, and sometimes, just being loving and having empathy can feel like a radical act. But if that is the case, we need a few more radicals to step up. So, this is called Super Lover. And thank y'all so much, because, like I said,
so
just
lovely.
to have a communion like this is, I don't think we ever took it for granted, but we sure don't now.
So I want to
cheers,
just give
guys.
a huge shout out as well to all of the people on the front lines all around the world and here in Tennessee, where I know the hospitals are getting to a scary spot and with capacity, and I'm in awe of the heroism of all of you out there working to try and keep us all safe and healthy, and we see you and we love you and we appreciate you. So,
Indeed.
yeah, we're all gonna.
Actually, and also, I want to, before we play this, a special shout out to our dear friend, and I'm sure we got great songwriter in this community, the songwriter, performing artist, Force of Nature, Steve Poltz. I just saw that his absolutely wonderful dad, Joe Poltz, passed away this morning. So I know that they are celebrating Joe's life in the next couple of days. So just want to let Steve know that we're thinking of him and we love him.
you, Steve.
All right, Super Lover. I'm going to start this song. I'm going to lead. I'm going to take point in this song.
You set the rhythm.
Tears of rage, tears of grief from Inglewood to Nairobi. We need a super love, need a super love. Double Dutch and hula hoops, all our fears and loops and loops. We need a super love, need a super lover all night. So cold. Who among us dreams the dawn? Who could count the flowers in your heart? Lord, let me die before my child. Pray every mother far and wide. That's a super love. I'm a super love. You can feel it near and far. It fades the moon and blinds the stars. That's a super love. Are you a super lover? Oh, night so cold. could count the flowers in your heart. Believe what you hear, believe they're gonna tell you it's naive to be a super lover. Are you a super lover? There's no God of fire and blood. If there's a God, God is love. We need a super love. Need a super lover all night. So cold. Who among us dreams the dawn? Who could count the flowers in your heart? Tears of rage, tears of grief, from Inglewood to Nairobi. We need a super love. Need a super
Thank
so
you.
much, yeah.
That was great. What a perfect way to let Steve know that he and his family are in our thoughts today. Thank you for sharing that. It was great.
Absolutely. One
Yeah.
of a kind.
Yeah.
They were two of a kind.
Well, this has been a total pleasure. Thank you so much for coming and doing this today. We will stay tuned, Allison, for your solo record. There's so many projects that you guys are all involved in the community here. There's the garden. Please do send me pictures of the garden. This has just been awesome. I would like to eat something from it at some point. I'm going to stop laughing about this. I just really, really enjoy this. This has been awesome, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
Such
much
a
for
pleasure,
having
y'all.
us. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.